So in the first part of the IELTS speaking test, let me ask you some question about yourself, right? What's your full name?
My first name is Anjin Jannat and my last name is Omim. It's Anjin Jannat Omim.
What do you do?
I'm a student. I completed my AGC from Rangpur Police Line School and College, and right now I'm taking preparation for my IELTS exam.
How was your school education?
Well, till grade 6, I was in an English medium school, and after that, I was transferred into Bangla medium school. So it was a bit tough for me to adopt Bangla medium. After all, first of all, my background was English medium. So overall, it was good for me because Bangla and English both were easy for me too.
So you didn't enjoy your school life?
Of course, I enjoyed. Both schools have different connections with me. Though it was my first school, when I studied in English medium school, I have different emotions connected to it. But different schools gave me different vibes, so I was okay with it.
Right. What was the least favorite subject in your school?
Mathematics. I was not good at mathematics, so it was like I always prefer English and art and design first, but mathematics was always optional for me.
So why did you hate mathematics?
Sometimes the calculations are like tough for me. I'm not that much good at mathematics and calculating things, so it was difficult for me.
And who was teaching you mathematics?
Well, as far as I remember, it was Uncle Eliel till grade 6. He was our math tutor, and after I transferred to Bangla medium school, that time Shukumar Rai Star was our mathematical teacher. Though they were good, but as a student, I was not that much.
Right, and okay. So who was your favorite teacher in your school? In your English medium school?
Okay, so every teacher was very humble and kind to us, but still I would have to say Auntie Shannon and Auntie Poppy was my favorite teacher. So Auntie Shannon was a foreigner and Auntie Poppy, she was a Bengali, but they really took care of me as their like own child rather than a student. So I have different emotions for them.
Right. Did you take the help of calculator in your school life?
Yes, of course, because when I was like the level of my study was increasing till grade 7, 8, 9, 10. That time there was big calculations and big mathematical things. So definitely we have to use calculator that time. My brain is not that much fast as calculator.
What about now? Do you like to use calculator now?
Right now, actually it has turned into a habit after using calculator. So maybe if I'm just calculating a simple thing, that time I also need a calculator because I have my phone always with me.
It depends.
Yeah, it depends.
Right. Do you believe that we should allow students to use electronic devices to aid them in their studies?
Well, now it actually depends on their study levels because sometimes there are some difficult calculations and difficult things. They have to use electronic device because we cannot get every information physically. We have to collect it from online. So I think we should advise them.
Thank you very much, and that is the end of your IELTS speaking test, part 1. In part 2, I want you to describe a goal that you set for yourself and achieved afterwards. So, you have 1 minute to plan your answer. Here is a piece of paper and a pen. Here is your topic. Can we start?
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
So Basically, if, my only wish since I was grew up like to help others, to help the underprivileged. So I've always thought to set up an organization, with some of my few of our friends, so that we can help those to save saving after our pocket money, so we can help them. So I started making up this organization when I completed my O levels from school. That time, few of our friends planned it and made an organization to help the poor. And my father was the biggest inspiration for this. He influenced me a lot about in this matter, because I've always seen him helping those who are underprivileged or helpless. So he has always supported me in this topic, in this matter. And I always used to save my pocket money to help those who are helpless, who are in need of it. Sometimes I have to sacrifice my needy things just for them, and I really get pleasure and peace of my mind after helping them. So this was a goal of mine which I have set, and Alhamdulillah I have achieved it. Do I have a more way to go with it?
Thank you. Thank you very much for talking about your goal for yourself, and you achieved it. In part 3, I want to ask you some question about setting up goals. Do you understand? Do people need to write down their goals or simply memorize them?
I think to write down their goals is is much more important than memorizing it, because memorizing thing is yeah, they can memorize, but if they write it down, then if they forget it somehow, then whenever they'll just see it, they will remember that I wrote it down and I have to do it. That's their a different kind of inspiration.
Right. Should parents set goals for their children? Do you think?
Well, yes, but sometimes their children have different goals and parents have different goals. Like parents suggest to be a doctor, engineer, but sometimes the children have different goals. So I don't think they should force it. But after all, their parents, they have their rights to set goals for their children. After all, they will never think bad of them, bad about their future. So they can set goals.
Right. And when do young people start setting up their goals in your country?
Well, now it depends on that person, because sometimes we struggle through a lot of hardships, which teaches us a lot of things, which makes us which inspires us to do something, to set up a goal that I will do this so that I'm suffering and that nobody needs to suffer later. So actually, it depends on that person, how he's struggling and how he's facing problem. So during student life, it's the best time to set a goal.
Right. And what are the least of unrealistic goals that students nowadays set up?
Sorry, I didn't get it.
The unrealistic goals most of the students in our country set up. What are some common unrealistic goals?
Okay, so I think for girl, if I talk about a girl, lots of girls have thought they will complete their graduation and maybe they will get married and just lead their life. So this is not kind of a goal, but I have seen some of my friends who have set this kind of goals in their life. And if I talk about boys, then they have always fascinations for supercars and bikes. This is not their goal. Goal should be like something you will not help, you will not do it for yourself. You can also help others. So this kind of goals they should set for them.
Right. And what is more fulfilling, working towards the goals or achieving it? Which one is more important? Working towards your goals or just achieving it?
Now, working for our goals is more important, because if we achieve it and then we do not help others, or whatever our goal is, we do not perform as our goal, then that's not the thing. We should achieve it, but after achieving it, we should work for the goal. After all, we have worked harder for achieving the goal, so definitely we have to work for goals.
How do you define realistic and unrealistic goals? What do you think?
Realistic goals is kind of like the goals you are leading for your life, for others, and unrealistic goals is you're only leading for yourself, you're only dreaming for your life, for your peace of mind. But this kind of goals is not right though. So realistic goals should be like it will encourage you, it will inspire you in your life to do something much better, not stopping in a stage. It will always encourage you to go higher.
Right. And finally, do you think it is acceptable for young people to pursue goals set by their parents or teachers?
Well, teachers and parents always suggest us the best things. That's very obvious. So if they're suggesting us to set a goal, then definitely we have to think about it. After all, if they're suggesting us the best thing, then we should work on it. So we can choose it. That's kind of goals.
Great, thank you very much. And that is the end of your IELTS speaking test. Thank you, and I would score you 7 today because you made a great mistake in part 2 while describing a goal that you set for yourself and achieved afterwards. But you discussed about your goals that you set for other people. Right? A goal that you have to set for yourself, and then the thing that you talk about something like your extracurricular activities or hobbies, or might be you have something in your mind to do something for other people, which is not actually your goal. A goal, that topic is telling you to talk about a goal that you set for yourself and afterwards. Right. So it was a big mistake. And my suggestion for in this connection is just look at the question very, very carefully and answer all parts of the questions. Right. And moreover, you talk less than 2 minutes on the topic because